Are you ready? 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 Are you ready for the Year of Shame Challenge?
Welcome and hello. Hola, hola, hello, bonjour, ciao, ciao me now, choo da dee, and welcome to this episode, which is the June episode of the Year of Shame Challenge podcast 2016. Oh, it's going to be such a good episode. This episode, it's halfway through the year. We are both up and down and left and right. We're all over the place, but we are centered into what is important to us and what is important to you, which is about giving you our impressions and thoughts and feelings about how bloody difficult it is not to buy video games. I will be your host. My name is Neil Jarrett, and with me, as always, like some sort of rash that you can never really scrape off the bottom of your penis end, is my compadres Matt Spink, Jay Stokes, and Adrian Garlag.
Hello.
Gentlemen, how are you?
I'm trying to work
Come on.
out whether I prefer drunk Neil or sober Neil. They're both amazing people, but I can't decide. I'll leave that open to everyone else.
Let's have a vote at the end of the episode. But seriously, how are we? Are we all here? We're all present and correct? Spink, are you here?
I am here. I'm present and correct and standing to attention.
Sir, AD, how are you doing?
I'm here, sir.
Good. I'm glad that you're present. Need you by my side. Obviously, you can hear Jace's chimes earlier on. How are you doing, Jace? You alright?
I'm alright, mate, yeah. All good now that Spink's arrived.
Yes. Well, you know, somebody's got to eat that foie gras, otherwise it goes off quite easily. So this is, ladies and gentlemen, the Year of Shame Challenge podcast. We're doing it this year. We are now in the year of June. The month of June, the year of 2016, and June is pivotal. It's halfway through the year. We can physically feel it. It is on us. It is like a blanket that smothers us and makes us feel awkward. And this episode is going to be quite eventful because not only have we got halfway through the year, but 6 months in, 6 months left, we've also come out of what is Christmas morning for most people, which is E3. Jason, you about to get your penis out on camera because that's what it looks like.
No, I'm going to put the lights on so you can see my penis when I do get it out.
Oh, okay, good, because otherwise I just saw a shadowy mess, and that would be upsetting for everybody, especially my family and friends that are watching behind me. So, that's the welcomes, that's the sorts and thoughts and what we're doing to sort out who we are. We're going to have to go into our first section, which is obviously always and fantastically is thoughts and feelings. And I'm going to jump to somebody who's going to be quite sensible because I can see Jace's face. Let's look at AD. AD, how are you doing, mate? How's your thoughts and feelings right now?
Don't start with me. I'm faltering.
Why? What's wrong? Why?
I'm struggling. I'm suffering the hangover of E3. I'm having a bit of a one of those kind of. I don't really want to play the games I've got, and there's new ones coming out that I want to buy, and I'm struggling. And I sat watching.
It's hard, isn't it?
I sat watching.
It's hard.
It's terrible. E3 has just murdered me. It's just absolutely killed me with all of the good shit that's on the way. And I went from thinking, yeah, I could probably go through the year without really using my jokey. You know, everything's fine and everything's dandy. And I'm now sitting here with 4 games that I desperately want to play as soon as they come out, and I'm not going to be able to, and I'm quite sad.
It's terrible, isn't it? It's kind of like the moment of euphoria of knowing what games are coming. Like I say, it's Christmas morning, but then also being on this challenge, it's almost like Santa's come in and took a shit on underneath your Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And you cannot have the happiness and excitement Or that, or you're just catching masturbating as you come downstairs Christmas morning. There's something quite twisted and wrong about it. It's horrible.
Yeah, and it's one of those that I normally sit watching E3 thinking, come on, this is the game you're going to say, and it's available now. And they never said it. They never said that, but everything was 2016. And a new game would come on, and you'd be thinking, "Oh, this is fantastic! It's fantastic!" Praying it was 2017. No, it's fucking September. It's fucking October, and yeah,
But
I'm in the shit.
But apart from that, like I've seen you chipping away at your pile, so I'm sure you'll talk about it later. You are progressing. You are making You've not faltered. You've not fallen. You're doing quite well.
I had my finger on the trigger of one game.
Oh.
And I didn't.
Well,
Let's cover
that in what you've missed. Then
Yeah.
let's cover that later. But it's good to know that you're just as nervy and jumpy.
Yeah, it's the first time I've been like
as on,
it took me
on
6
the edge
months,
of that.
but I'm on edge.
So it was one of our strongest players to start off with. Let's see. Okay, Jace, how are you doing, mate?
I'm feeling much happier now. I know that AD's struggling.
Yeah,
AD was always,
it helps.
AD was supposed to be our light of positivity. People want the podcast to be more positive after the last show, which was really good. And AD was meant to be our light of positivity, and now he's feeling the pressure. It's good, mate. I like the idea of AD feeling it. Although he is still playing his game, so he's not feeling it that much.
True.
Other than AD, I'm feeling all right. I feel in the mood to play games. I haven't felt in the mood to play games for a little while. I'm still not having a massive amount of time with going to the gym and training and cycling and things like that, but I do feel in the mood for playing games. I've started off a couple of games in my pile, which I'm going to talk about in pile progress, and hopefully I'm going to find something good that I can sink my teeth into from that pile. We'll remain positive for now. I'm certainly not feeling sad. Obviously, E3 is big in the game at the moment, and I think watching the press conferences, we must have been the only 4 people who were hoping that everything was 2017.
Yep.
Everybody else is going, bring it me now, give it me. And we're going, no, just keep hold of it for a minute, make it better, and then give it later on. So,
give us 8 months. Just put it back 8 months.
That's it. Just put another fucking couple of levels in it. Just fucking do whatever you like. Just don't put it out yet.
Polish.
Plenty more polish in time. Some of these things that were out in September, I think.
Yeah,
I think they could do with the polish.
Yeah, I think they could. I think we should campaign. Do not release any more games. But yeah, that's never going to happen. But yeah, I'm excited to see what is coming. I'm excited to see how we collectively cope with the things that are coming when they come out. So I think in terms of for the podcast, E3 was really good, and I'm generally quite happy still.
Good. I'm glad that you're getting back into video games, Jace. It feels good for you to kind of find games that you want to play again, and I'm looking forward to for you to announce the title that actually grabs you by the balls again. Because obviously you had like what was it called? The fucking racing game that you loved. That you dropped your Joker on.
Oh yeah, Trackmania, yeah. Trackmania. I was all over that for a while, and even that has gone cold and everything now. So, yes. Watch this space. I'm going to play some games, I think.
Yeah, good. Which is fantastic. Which is exactly what I'm looking for. Over to the Spinkaholiers. Tell us where you're doing. How are you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm very well. I think my thoughts and feelings is that E3 this year was a year of firsts for me. It's the first time I
Pleasure the woman.
Not this E3. No, I don't think so.
Pleasure the man.
No, it wasn't. It was
Pleasure two men.
It was the first time I haven't watched.
First time you haven't pleasured the man.
No male pleasure, no pleasuring of anyone other than myself was done during E3. And I'm happy with that. But we digress. It was the first time I didn't watch all of the conferences.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Every other year, I don't watch them live, but every other year, next day, gone on in my lunch break and watched the Ubisoft one, watched the EA one, Xbox one, and Sony one, definitely. Fuck Nintendo one, but, all the important ones. And it was the first year, bizarrely, that I stayed up and watched the Sony conference with 2 of the 3 people here. I don't think we were all there, were we? I don't think you...
No.
Adi, you weren't
No.
there, were you?
No.
But I found myself at 1:30 in the morning, Jace texts something out to the group, and I was sort of just about to go to bed, and then somehow it ended up that Jace, Neil, and I all watched it together whilst moaning about it. So for the year where I'm not going to be buying games, fuck knows why I stayed up to watch it live and talk to myself live. But
Fuck
yeah,
knows
we
why I
did
stayed
that.
up to watch a Sony conference. I don't even fucking own a Sony console.
Yeah, I
That
was
was the
thinking that at the
weirdest thing.
time. I was thinking, why is Jace up, and why is he so fucking animated about what he likes and dislikes?
I'd only come back in about 1:30, 1:45 or something, and then I was like, all right, it's on soon. I may as well just stay up. Who needs sleep before work anyway?
Yeah, exactly that. So I think the other thing was the first year, I think AD touched on it, that I was praying for things to be delayed, and thankfully most things that I have an interest in have been delayed, so I don't have to worry about them on this podcast. And you, Neil, how did E3 grab you by the balls, spin you round and slam you in a door?
Oh, it's fucking horrible, wasn't it? I think for me, E3, like I say, has always been a Christmas morning moment. It's always been that kind of like, right, what can I get excited for, and what can I expect, and how can the graphics and the videos lie to me and hook me in and make me feel like I'm going to play the best game ever, and I'm not, but I'm going to still look forward to it the best anyway. And this year, being on the challenge, it was the first time I took all the presses that I watched with a massive pinch of salt. They can tell you dates. They can say fourth quarter of 2016, and you know that it's more likely going to be delayed. And I because I'm on the challenge, I took solace in that, and actually was looking forward to them doing that. But saying that in the same breath, Jesus Christ, some of those games looked amazing, didn't they? Some of those games just took your breath away and just thought, wow. Now we've said until we're blue in the face that this has got to be the hardest year to do this challenge, just because of the games that have been released so far and that we know are definitely releasing. But to know the games that are on the cusp, you know, to see the kind of games that are, you know, that didn't have a release date that they just mentioned, Jesus Christ, my testicles! It was good and it was bad and it was sad and it was happy and it was everything mixed into one, which is probably what you want, but it was crazy. But apart from that, how I'm feeling is I'm actually on a bit of an upturn at the moment. I think from E3, I think what it's done for me is made me realise that you can pre-order games in 2017 and still get a kick from them. Click that button, guys. Go to your internet provider of choice and click that button on a pre-order that could come out in 2017. You still get that buzz. It still feels fantastic. Do it.
So, are we allowed to do that?
Are we allowed to buy games that are coming out in 2017?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are, Matt.
As long as
Okay.
as
Yes.
long as you're ordering from a place that doesn't take your money now, which most don't.
Yeah.
Most take it when it's dispatched.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
so
fine.
I'm gonna. I don't know whether we can product place or not on this particular podcast, but I use one that has a normal retailer at the front of its title, and then the word 2 at the end, and they don't take your money until the actual game is 3 days from dispatch. So yeah, get that adrenaline kick from ordering games. It feels fantastic.
Good. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, excuse me. Right, okay, so that's my bits and bobs. Let's move on to what we've missed. Now, I think it's fair to say that the last recording that everybody heard, when we did the collective room in the hotel room in Birmingham, it got a little bit kind of like the last days of Rome. Especially for me and Spink. I don't remember a fuck ton of what happened. So I put quite a few games on this list a couple of days ago, but magically they've disappeared because obviously we spoke about them and I forgot. So you'll have to forgive me. I don't know. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to go on to what people have allowed me to talk about, and I'm going to bring up a couple of games. So first and foremost, the first one on the list is Homefront: The Revolution. We missed this. This came out on the 20th of May, so it was back at the end of last month. Anybody miss this one? Anybody wish there was in the Revolution?
No, and I
I
think
didn't even know it was
No.
out.
I think it's a bullet dodged as well.
Was it ever a bullet dodge though? Because the last one was shite, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they built up this one to be I think the publishers were like, well, we've learned from our mistakes. This is going to be our massive, revolution into the new, and we're going to make a new shooter. And they built it up a lot about it being a much better game. But again, from reviews and especially from sales charts, we've all done the deed of missing a very good opportunity.
Yeah.
here.
To be honest, it's probably not one that I would have bothered with anyway. I've never played any of the previous one or ones or however many there's been, and what I saw of this one, to be honest, I weren't really that bothered. So this would probably be one of those rare games that if I wasn't on this challenge, I probably wouldn't have bought. So, yeah.
Yeah, good.
I think we're all good on that
Jace?
one then.
Jace, is this on your radar?
Not interested, mate. Not interested. Nah, out of bollocks.
Hello, there you go, everybody.
That's all you need to
Jace-
know. A glowing
That's Jace's
review.
box
No
quote.
bollocks.
A load of bollocks. Okay, let's move on. Actually, let's move on. This one's quite interesting because I think I might have been a little bit erect for this one if I had the opportunity to buy it. This is the Dead Island Definitive Collection that came out on this generation of consoles. Came out. I didn't expect this. Did anybody else expect this? And in expecting it, would it have surprised you enough to actually buy it, Spink?
To be fair, I didn't even know this was a thing.
No, exactly.
So I am a bit surprised, really, because Dead
Did
Island,
you play
the last one wasn't out that long ago, and it wasn't massively critically acclaimed, was it? I know quite a few of our friends enjoyed it, but it wasn't sort of a blockbuster smash, so I don't quite know what they're doing there, or who would buy it. Would any of us buy it? Anyone here?
No.
But did you play the original one?
I played the original one, and it was a bit of a janky ball of shite.
Did you complete it? Did you get anywhere towards the end?
No, I got about halfway through, and it got into all the sewer stages and stuff, and it all got a bit bleak, and plus I shit myself at games like that. Get scared.
Wait a minute. You just said a zombie game got a little bit bleak. They're all fucking bleak, mate. There's no name me one zombie game that's fucking happy-go-lucky.
Name me one zombie game in my collection. None. That's precisely why I don't play them, because I like games to be fun and happy.
Yeah.
And take me to a nice place.
You want your zombies to be running with a I don't know, a rainbow streaming behind them, don't you?
Yeah,
You
I want
some sort of
rainbow
glitter.
blood and little kittens running around. But, Dead Island wasn't that, and it was janky. But I heard the second one was a lot better. But it seems an odd thing to put together. But there you go.
Well,
I'm
it
with
made
you.
a lot of money, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you, Matt. I like my zombies to be like the 1970s style that kind of just shuffle along, and you could just walk
Yeah,
past them if they, if you was in any kind of danger, you just do a quick sidestep and be past them. These motherfuckers that run, nah, not for
Those
me.
aren't zombies, mate. Those are pensioners.
Same thing.
Yeah. That's Wolverhampton High Street.
Yeah, and that's why that new zombie game that's been announced at E3 is definitely not on my radar, because fuck all that hordes of them running at you like that. There's no
Well, there was-
way.
There was two announced, wasn't there? Are you talking about Days Gone? Or are you
Days
talking
Gone. The
about
one that I thought when the trailer came up, I thought this is Last of Us 2. It looked, the direction of the trailer, the characterization of the voice, I thought it's got to be The Last of Us 2, but apparently not. Apparently it's DayZ.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, Dead Island, I enjoyed it the first time around. I don't think I did. I think probably because it's come out of a discounted price, I think it came out at like 29 quid. I probably would have dropped, me being the old me, as in pre-challenge me, I probably would have bought it on the off chance of somebody who would have played it with me, 20 hours in or what have you. But it wouldn't have been something I'm beeline towards. Jace, is it on your radar, do you think?
Nah, don't think so.
No, I don't think. I don't know, because I think you do like that co-op ability in games, but I mean, I suppose a zombie level game is not,
Well, I've
not
got
for you.
the original Dead Island, or one of the Dead Islands, I think, on my Steam, and I've never even fucking opened it, to be honest. But if you're mentioning co-op games, I'd love to play a bit co-op on anything with anyone. at any time.
Yeah.
I love me some
Exactly.
co-ops.
Talking about co-ops, let's slink. Let's go to the first hole of the next game we're talking about, and there's going to be. Please let there be some lengthy discussion about this particular one. I'm not going to come to the culprit first and foremost because he's holding his head in shame.
There's no shame. There's no shame.
No,
Not yet.
not shame. More disgust and pity and self-loathing.
Well, I might rile up the culprit because I had a look
Culprit
at
of
this game.
fucking what?
I don't know.
Look, okay,
Just take it.
let's just say it out there now. Right, there's been a lot of in-podcast chatter about this next title, and the chatter has been mainly about, holy fuck, this game's coming out. I can't believe this game's coming out. I can't believe I can't buy this game. Shit, I wish I could buy this game. And that game is Dangerous Golf. And the crying and moaning and complaining has come from Jace.
Boo fucking who. This game, as you may all know, was on my radar a long time ago when it was first announced. It was made by some members of the Criterion team who made Burnout Takedown, which is one of my favourite games. The crash mode in that was wonderful, and this built upon the same sort of thing of perfecting your score and learning the levels and being the best you can and beating other people, or most importantly, of course. And it looks like such a good laugh. It's got the things I like. It's got physics in there. It's got breaking things in there. It's got lovely particle effects in there. It's got leaderboards in there. It's got scores in there. It has all the things that I need from a game. And I was trying my best to come up with a reason and a fucking way that I could buy this game. And I haven't. I've been very good.
You've been sensationally good, Jace. Because we'll probably talk about it in depth a little bit later, maybe. But there was opportunity for you to use a very genuine reason to get this game in and play it, but you refused, and you stuck to your guns, and I think that's admirable and foolish.
Don't get me wrong, it's been painful every fucking day. And you know yourself, I was at the point where I was like, well, the first game I had wasn't a full price title, and this isn't a full price title, so I could have two non-full price titles, and everybody else for my Joker, and everybody else gets a AAA game, and I was like, no, just don't be so fucking stupid.
I mean, the thing is, look, in certain people's understanding of what the challenge is, if you're gonna have a Joker and it costs £40, £45, it's a brand new AAA title, and then you use a Joker that's cost $11.99. Some people could argue quite fairly and quite legitimately that you're significantly down on money paid, because this challenge is about not buying video games, not wasting money, not putting that money into games you're never going to play after 20 minutes. And quite legitimately, you've got an actual decent argument to say, well, actually, I didn't pay full price for that because that's not a full price game, so why can't I have another full price game? And
I thought long and hard on this, mate, but obviously, I had my choice. I chose that game with my Joker. I don't want to start moving the goalposts, so I'm going to attempt to continue being good. I'm just hoping that it comes out. It by the time we can play games in another 6 months' time, that there'll be loads more content added to the game. The game will still be alive, or even if it's fucking dead, I'm still going to play it to death. So I don't care.
How will that work though, Jace? Because if you obviously for you're all about the leaderboards.
Well, let me preempt you. Let me preempt you. I've thought about this. If I don't get to play it till Christmas, imagine all those people I can fucking beat. An entire leaderboard full of cunts. Or targets, shall I call them? Cunt targets. Tar cunts. Yeah, there you go.
But the problem is that when you get to 6 months down the line, yes, you may beat them, but they're not going to be playing the game to see that you beat them. That's the problem. You'll know that you beat them.
As long as I know,
they won't know.
Nobody cares that I beat them on leaderboards, mate. Nobody cares on any games. But as long as I care, that's fine.
Well, you'll have.
I'm going to play Trials and I go, oh, I've gone past 80 again. 80 doesn't really care.
No, I don't. But you'll have someone to play leaderboard challenges with on Dangerous Golf, because I will be picking this up as well.
Nice.
You're
I've
going to
seen
get
some
it, are you? Do you like the look of it too?
Yeah, I love the look of that. So I'd like having a couple of games that I can just turn on, play for 5-10 minutes, and then turn off. So when I get that little gap or that little kind of 10 minutes till bed, what should I do? Right, yeah, stick this one on, couple of levels, that's it, finished.
I get that. I've looked at this game because Jace got so excited about it. I thought, well,
Moist I was.
there's got to be something to it because
Dripping.
such enthusiasm doesn't come from nowhere. And I was positively underwhelmed by everything I've seen about this game.
Oh, shut. I'm positively overwhelmed by you.
It's a physics-based game. It literally is physics. And
Exactly.
What I've
What
seen
more
of
do you
the
want?
physics
Physics
end-
is the greatest of things.
And
Hold your
smashing
horses,
stuff up.
Sunshine, I haven't finished.
It's the best science ever, physics.
The physics in this, I don't.
Just because it's not
up
a
to
chemistry game or a
scratch.
biology game.
I don't
Exactly.
think it's any good. I've watched
Kinetic
videos.
energy.
I've watched videos and they said everything's going to break realistically, and I've seen videos where the ball hits a statue, and the statue instantly cracks into sort of semi-predefined pieces. It doesn't look realistic. And if your only view of the game is you're a ball smashing around a room, smashing into things, surely the smashing has to be smashing. And I thought it wasn't very smashing.
Well, I've just thought of a new game. I'm going to come to Matt Spink's house with my golf clubs and golf balls, and I'm going to smash things up realistically in your fucking kitchen and see if you like that.
There's no leaderboards in my house.
Oh, there will be, and I'll be top of it.
Your
I'll
marker
scroll
pen
it
on
on
your
your
fridge.
fucking walls.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to worry. I did expect that because the concept of this game is fairly simple. I thought they'd have the physics up to another level of something I hadn't seen before, and I didn't see anything about the physics engine that said I've not seen that before. That's so detailed what they've done. It kind of pulled me away a bit, and I just thought I couldn't see it keeping me interested for that long, personally.
Soulless individual. Continue, Neil. I can't be doing with this anymore.
But just think of
No.
how much it's going to be in the January sales on Xbox Live. We're going to be good and be what, $5.99? Beautiful.
Well, I am
Probably-
hoping that it's
probably
going to go on
$2.99 to be
to
honest.
Games with Gold before then,
Yeah, maybe.
after Rocket League.
It does look like a proper sort of games with gold kind of game. doesn't it?
You are open,
Yeah.
aren't you? Okay. Let's move on. This actually the next couple of games seems like Jace's wish list all come true in his face, like some sort of massive game explosion of dread and hate. The next game is Mirror's Edge Catalyst, which again there's a map with like Crimea River, Jace, all over my chest and balls. This is another game that you really, really want. But you're not allowed. How are you going to cope not playing this?
Well, if I can cry river over your chest and balls, I don't need to play games ever again.
Well, exactly.
But yeah, it's another game that is massively on my radar. I am resisting looking at any gameplay or anything of this game because
Good. That's going to
it
be
will
my
just
next
push you over
question.
the edge. I just have to stay away. Just say no. Really, is what I'm saying. I really want it, and in the new engine,
Just
it
like
looks it's gonna
Zamo.
be fantastical.
But the thing is that this is. I mean, you're obviously a big fan of the first game, aren't you?
Oh yeah, massively so. Yeah.
Yeah, and what you've learned about what the second game does and the kind of the story it progresses and things like that. It must be really difficult to keep yourself away from spoilers or gameplay spoilers or just knowing what it's about and stuff. Are you allowing yourself to know anything about the game, or are you just title and title screen only, and you're being regimented and religious about no, fuck it, not doing that shit?
I am really good at avoiding spoilers. I can avoid spoilers for everything. I avoid spoilers for Game of Thrones. I avoid spoilers for games. I avoid spoilers for everything because it's quite easy to do. You just go really quickly through your fucking feeds on your social media and spot things and ignore them. So I'm not looking at any of it. I will experience it all in its full glory January the 1st or something, or whenever I put down Dangerous Golf.
Yeah, is it? Well, we have to probably talk about this later. Is it January the 1st, our release date? Because
Hell yeah.
I need to let my
Do,
back.
do you understand about how long the year lasts, Neil?
Yeah, but I don't know, like, from January to January. I just need to know, because I need to take my bank manager now, because I'm about to take a £600 bank loan to pay for all the fucking games I've not played.
You know when you
So I
turn
need to
the,
let I need to let the HSBC know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
you know when you turn
'Cause
the
they'll
telly
be-
on, Neil, and they've got Big Ben and fireworks around the big wheel in London, then you can buy games.
Oh yeah,
That minute.
seriously.
That's a good point, actually. That'll bring a whole new sort of sensation and feeling to watching those shitty fireworks every year.
Oh, I shan't be
like,
watching them. I'll be online
Fuck
buying
this,
games.
get the laptop ready. I'm splurging on every single one on this list, and I'm doing all the good work.
I'll be like, fuck you, Jules Holland, I'm playing some motherfucking games.
Yeah, exactly. Hullabaloo, fuck off.
I'll just have to wait for them to download. That's the only problem. So I'll be playing about January the 3rd.
This
No,
is true.
you'll
I
have
was
your-
going to say, if you've not got a very good internet connection, you're going to be sort of sat at 5 in the morning.
You-
Going, oh.
You're
If you
gonna
start
get your-
downloading them now, Eddie, they'll be ready by you.
Yeah. Oh, I'll
Yeah,
go buy some
exactly.
games
When
then.
it first kicks around.
Yeah, do it now. You're gonna get your good internet by then, though, aren't you, Aid?
Apparently not.
What?
Oh,
Yeah,
the ongoing
apparently not.
saga.
The ongoing saga. Apparently, we're one of the unfortunate people who doesn't have a cabinet near our house where they can
Oh, well,
easily
best move
connect.
fucking house then, eh?
Well, it has
I
been
would actually
has been
move.
discussed, but yeah, it's not going to happen with my wife. I'm telling you now. So yeah, we're stuck with.
I didn't say her
7
move,
meg.
I said you fucking move.
Yeah, but then I can't afford a nice house.
It's true. Okay, let's move on. There's only one more game that's been allowed to remain on my kind of very much put together at last minute list. And again, this is another massive fucking game that I know that at least 2 people on this podcast have got wide and wet over, and actually do want to actually kill people because they can't play it. Trials of the Blood Dragon. AD, hit me with it.
Oh, this is the one. This is the one that's all year I've gone through all these games releases and thought, nah, I can wait. And then E3, Trials of the Blood Dragon. Yeah, it's available later on tonight. And I just thought, you fucking bastards. Absolute bastards. And do you know who's even more of an absolute bastards? Is all the people
Who?
on Facebook where I put the nice little poll to say, am I allowed this for Father's Day? And I think it was 9-2 voted that no, you're taking a piss if you get it for Father's Day. So everyone out there who's listened to this who voted that, you fucking bastards.
I was one of the
Hate you.
2, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
You could, in my book, you could have this for Father's Day.
It was Father's
It-
Day.
it,
And
but what was difficult about this? I think for you guys the most is because it came out of nowhere. You weren't expecting it.
no, to be honest, I hadn't heard anything about it before. Hadn't even seen a teaser trailer or heard any announcements. It was here's Trials of the Blood Dragon. Look how good this fucker looks. And yeah, you can have it tonight. And at that precise moment, I got excited and I thought, yeah, I'm going to be able to play this tonight. I'll play this tomorrow.
And then she turned to the camera and went, but not fucking you.
yeah,
dickhead."
and then it suddenly dawned on me, I can't play this game for 6 more months. I mean, what the fuck is that all about?
You shame motherfuckers are completely wanked out. Unbelievable. They were talking straight to you, and it hurts to know that you can't play it, get on those leaderboards, can't enjoy it with your friends for another 6 months.
Oh,
People.
don't. Yeah, this was the one my finger hovered over the button, and I was looking at it and I'm thinking, it's only $11.99. But I knew it would end up with abuse from you lot and the community, and I just thought, no, I'm not doing it. It's not worth it. I'm not going to be the first to fail.
What's up, Matt?
I was just going to segue from AD's finger over the button. Whilst we're on what we've missed, I admitted last week that I had pre-ordered No Man's Sky and used my credit for said game. I would like to say that's now back into the what we've missed pile for the minute because I've cancelled my pre-order, and it is.
And
no
his credit's
longer...
gone up to £75.
Yes, well, maybe it will do, but I took a look at myself and I said, you fuck your Joker up, and you always said with this game you're going to wait and see if it lived up to the hype. Why have you pre-ordered it? So I cancelled it. So my game credit is back where it will be. I may still buy it if people say it's good.
Are you?
But at the minute, I have this nagging doubt that actually, after all this time and all this hype, it's not quite going to be the game it's lived up to be. And there was one game at E3 that I would really quite like to be able to buy, and maybe I need to save my credit for that. So
It's a bit of a
cancelled. No
No Man's Sky is a bit of a weird one because that was for the last month. That's been my gift. Until Neil pointed out when we was having the chat about all the announcements at E3 is that single player only game. It's not going to be one of those games that you buy because everyone else is, you're in parties and you're playing multiplayer. And
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because No Man's Sky, if it lives up to what they say, is all about discovery. And there is the feeling with it. I kind of get a Dark Soulsy kind of feeling. It's going to be a collective journey. And being part of that journey when everyone is going through and discovering things and unlocking the secrets, if they are all there, will be a far better experience than avoiding them for 6 months and then picking it up in January, when even if you avoided all the spoilers, all the secrets have been done.
But don't you think that the whole premise between from No Man's Sky is it's an infinite, ever-changing universe that will duplicate and replicate and expand, and yes, the fundamentals of the gameplay will be the same, but everybody will have a different experience. You're not going to get a Dark Souls like this is how you beat this boss, or this is how you cope with this particular enemy, because practically, theoretically, every enemy will be slightly different depending on the environment that it's in, and those environments are infinitely different. And that's the reason why I advocate to AD and to yourself that, yeah, No Man's Sky was on my list at the beginning of the year, but then when I've come to think about it, thinking, well, actually, what's more important to me is playing games that I can play right then and feel like I'm not missing anything. You won't miss anything from No Man's Sky. I don't believe.
Probably not, and I think Battlefield 1 might be better spent my credit on for exactly that reason.
Alright, Yoda. Okay. Well, I think, coming back to the point in question, and I'll let Jace finish off. The Trials game then, Jace, because AD talked about what he liked, what he loved, what he was going to miss. You need Trials of the Blood Dragon. What are you going to miss about it?
The chance to get some more platinum medals on Trials. I love me some Trials games. I'm not too bothered about the fact that it's Blood Dragon. That side of it can fuck off and get in the fucking sea. But a Trials game has fucking platinum medals to be earned. So, yeah, I'm all about that shit.
I did have a light at the end of the tunnel, though, with my Trials not getting the Blood Dragon one, is that I sat there a couple of days afterwards and thought, fuck it, I'm just going to put Trials Fusion back on and have a go. Not realising that I'd actually bought the Season Pass and never played it. So I had loads of shiny new Trials levels to finish behind Jason, which was awesome.
Yay!
I would never even try to beat Jason on a game.
No, I don't. I always expect Jace to be at the top of the leaderboard, and if I can come in second or third, then I'm quite happy.
I like to put it there as a target for you all, because if I've got platinum on it, then it's a target for you to aim for, you see?
It's very noble of you, Jace.
Yeah,
I'm providing a service, boys.
And that service is awful. Okay, moving on. Let's move on, because I want to keep things nippy. With the next section that we're going into is actual pile progress. So this is an opportunity for us to talk about what games we actually have been playing, rather than what we've missed and what E3 has made us get all flary and hard and erect about. So, who wants to go first on what games have been playing? Come on, guys. Hold your hand up. Tell us what you've been thinking. Go on, Jace. Hit me with it.
So, for the last X months, I've said, I've made no power progress, I haven't turned anything on. This month I'm going to be slightly different. Only slightly different. Let me bring up the right page. So, I have made progress on my list. Earlier this month, I turned on the Tomb Raider. So it was the first Tomb Raider one that we got, free. Tomb Raider, bit of Lara Croft, thinking, yes, people said this was alright, I'm going to give it a go, and it was free. So I turned it on, and I was met with some nice graphics, it looked lovely, there was some effects and things going on, and then it hit me with a QuickTime event. And then it hit me with a QuickTime event. And then it hit me with another QuickTime event. And then I turned it off.
Wow.
You absolute fucking heathen, you.
Fuck QuickTime events in the fucking butthole. I'm not playing a game for however many hours that game takes, going, oh, it's got a fucking press X on the screen, I'll press X. Oh, it's got press right trigger on the screen, I'll press right trigger. Fuck off. Get in the sea, don't fucking come near me with your QuickTime events. So that's gone class 5. Fuck this QTE shit, it says on my list. Also, while we were waiting for Spink to get his fucking arse in gear this evening and be late, I decided to go another one off that game list that was on a class 1, and I turned on Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, and after after a cutscene being on my screen for about half an hour while waiting for Spink, I did 4 headshots, and that's now been turned off, but it's still gone from a class 1 to a class 2. That, my friends, is progress.
No matter
Drop the
how,
mic, Jason.
Exactly. No matter how laborious and crazy that might seem, he's actually talking sense. He's made progress on some piles of games, regardless of whether he hates them or gave them any actual kind of time that they deserved. Fuck it, he's made progress. Nice.
No, but a game doesn't deserve time if it's going to hit me with fucking QuickTime events all the time.
Oh, come on
press
now.
fucking X really quickly so you can move out of the way of this fucking rock. Oh, the rock squashed you. Do it again.
It's a modern game mechanic. You've got to get used to it.
No.
No, I refuse.
It's not a modern game mechanic at all. It's been around since fucking PS1 fucking era. QuickTime events. And they've always been shit. So they can all fuck off and die.
And you know, some part of me wants to argue with you, Jace, about QuickTime events, but then the 99.9 remainder of me thinks it's not fucking worth it.
No, you never
I can't
win.
be fucking
You won't win.
arsed to argue with you because it's not about not winning. It's like there's no point because there's no point in changing his mind. He's such a fucking solemn rock that will not ever.
I think the word you're looking for is arsehole.
or maybe
Just what I
because
was
the C ends in T. He's
I
never
was
going
gonna
to
go for stubborn cunt, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, took the words right out of my anus.
Guilty as charged, boys. Guilty as charged.
Yeah. So that's what Jace has been playing. Well done, Jace. Jace has moved on. He's started playing games. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Thank you very much. I
I
can
like
only
it.
move on from here, boys. It's the start of my my ball rolling. I think.
Yeah, it's only taking you 6 months. Fuck it.
Well,
Why
that's
not?
fine.
Who wants to go next? AD,
Go on then.
Matt. AD,
Go on
go
then.
on. Go.
Alrighty.
So, I've played some more Just Cause 3. I've got to a stage on that where it's got far too repetitive for me and far too, oh, here's another mission and, oh, what have I got to do in this mission? I've got to go to this base and blow everything up. And it was fun at the start, but I'm kind of 30 hours in and I kind of can't do another 50 hours of that. So I put it down for now. I think it may be something I'll go back to, but for the minute, I've just lost the will to play any more of that. I played a little bit more of Uncharted 1. Love the kind of exploring parts of that game, but the combat is it just goes on far too long. So got a little bit bored with that. Rise of the Tomb Raider I started, and unlike Jace, I loved the first one, and I'm loving this one. I'm about 40 hours into this one, and it's awesome. And finally, just a couple more games I've played that probably weren't on my pile, but I'm going to mention them. Titanfall, we've been getting back onto that again, and that's as awesome as it always was.
Yes.
And also Portal 2 going backwards compatibility. I've played the co-op stuff on that, which I've never done before. I'm actually playing it with my boy and having a whale of a time playing it, and that's about me.
Dude, that was
Quite a short one for you, isn't it?
Yeah,
impressive, detailed, short, but to the point. I quite like it, Jay. It was like an information bullet to my brain.
yeah. And I've had Xbox issues, and I've had internet issues, and I've been on holiday, which is probably why I've not played.
You went to
as much.
New York.
I went to New York,
New York.
and it was awesome.
Oh, that's enough. New York bastard.
You see, jealousy is a horrible
by
thing.
the way,
Isn't it?
on a gaming front, I went into a GameStop, and that's as every bit of a absolute shithole place as game is in the UK. So
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it basically their equivalent of?
yeah, it's Skylanders in little plastic bags for $1, and second-hand games consoles that have been put in brown boxes and sold for nearly the same amount as full price consoles. So my boy wanted to go in there. We lasted about a minute until we left. So
Fuck it.
fuck it.
Okay, Spink, what are your
Yes?
pal progress?
I
Tell
have,
me about it, friend.
I have some things to tell you. It is a lovely tale. So,
I love you, Spink. Come on.
so I have been playing games. Not a lot.
Let's move on to my apparel progress.
Not a lot, but I am happy that summer is kind of here, sort of. Apart from the biblical rain last couple of days and the flooding and all that shit. So I've been happily going out on my bike. I bought a new toy with money saved from this challenge, and bought myself a new fancy little GPS for my bike with all the heart rate monitoring and shit on it. So I am gamifying my cycling even more, which has made me actually
Gamifying.
enjoy games a bit more. Funnily enough, I think I'm liking that, and it's taken a bit of pressure off the gaming, and I've been playing some. So I had Divinity Original Sin, old school RPG.
Ooh,
Never played one
yes.
of them before because I haven't been a PC gamer. It's really good. It's
You're
really
enjoying
good.
this, aren't you? Every time I've spoken to you in the last 2-3 weeks, you've been absolutely purely buzzing about this particular
It's
game.
wicked. It's exactly what I expected it to be. It's you go around, you meet loads of interesting characters. There's a convoluted plot. You form a party of heroes. What's good about it is it's all voiced. Every single line of dialogue, of which there are thousands and thousands and thousands, are all voiced. So, and really good characters as well. So that's good. And then you go into combat, and it becomes like XCOM, and it's all turn-based, which again is good. So you can play it at a nice relaxed pace, and it's massive. I haven't even scratched the surface, so I've had a while of time with that. So that's really good. And that's all I had been playing until Father's Day happened.
Oh yes.
And
Oh yes.
We had this little debate on the Facebook group about Father's Day and whether it's right or wrong, and there was a whole mixed debate.
I think
And
it's right.
I said on there that if I was to get a Father's Day gift of a game, I would quite happily accept it for two reasons. One, it's Father's Day, and why the fuck not? And two, my birthday's on the 16th of December, 2 weeks before the end of the challenge. So I don't really get a gift in this challenge, so I was quite happy if I got a game, I would take it. I did, and I got the limited edition of Life is Strange, which you two have talked about so much, Aidan,
Yeah.
Neil,
Yay.
and I really, really wanted to play it. And the limited edition is lovely. It comes with a soundtrack CD.
Oh,
Which is
nice.
really
Nice.
The thing is,
That's-
could you burn me that? Because that soundtrack is fucking fantastic.
I will put it on Dropbox for you later, Neil.
Please.
I'll put it on there for all of you. So yeah, so you get that. You get an art book, which I haven't looked at yet because it kind of I had a quick look and I can see it's got spoilers in it, so I've put that away. And I've played through probably half the first chapter, about 3 hours. Love it. Two reasons. One, the story's really good, the characters are really good, and you instantly want to find out what's going on, and enjoy the world. But 2, I'm really liking looking for the photo opportunities and finding those Polaroids around the world and taking your snapshots. And I'm sort of going looking for them, which I never do. I never hunt for stuff, but they've always got such good little scenarios to them. I'm doing that. So 2 games only. Spent quite a bit of time on them. Not really ticking a lot off my list, but enjoying games, enjoying life, enjoying summer. So all good here. All good.
I'm loving the people who have picked up Life is Strange and are playing it based on, a lot of people have said to me, based on how I raved about it on an earlier episode of this very podcast, that they've gone and picked it up and have loved it, and I'm getting such a buzz of all the people who are saying to me, yeah, I've got it and I'm playing it and I'm loving it. A brilliant game.
It's really good, and I know it's only going to get better. At the minute, it's all about teenage kids and teenage life, and which is quite intriguing in itself, and it takes you back a bit to how important everything seems back then. And I know that I've got twists to come and everything. So
No, yeah, you only got to get to the end of the first episode, dude. You only said you're like halfway through. When you get to the end of the first episode, it turns on its head quite quickly. You think you know what's going to happen now. You ain't got a clue.
No, you
You have
that's
not
what I
got a
mean.
clue.
I'm looking forward to the sort of end of every episode. Nice little twist, and being blown away by the story at the end. And I'm just soaking it all up. I'm playing it with my headphones, which I don't really bother doing because the music's so good. Sounds so good. It's good. Really good. So, yeah, I've made some good progress this month, and I'm very happy about it. So that
Excellent.
leaves our great, illustrious, and slightly dishevelled-looking host to tell us how he has fared this month.
I am flagging a little bit. No, my pile progress has been a little bit different this month. I think from the last recording and the one before that especially, I think I was a little bit down in the mouth about the progress I was making. I kind of felt a little bit like I just needed new games and that's all I needed, and it was prohibiting me to actually realise what good games I've got. So this month, or since the last recording especially, I've got into 3 games in particular. I've played a lot more Fallout 4, and I've enjoyed the DLC that's come out. I've also got a lot more into the world. As a Fallout 4 fan, a Fallout fan in general, I've enjoyed giving the opportunity for this game to grip me a lot more. And it's fucking fantastic. It's amazing, and I can't love this game enough, to be honest with you. It's amazing. Probably the second game that I've played, and this is the game that I've put the most amount of time into since the last recording, is that with the noise and kind of feed that the latest and biggest expansion pack was on the horizon, I thought it was about time I got back into The Witcher 3. And fuck a duck right in its sphincter. That game is amazing.
Brilliant.
That game is amazing. Now, I played when I first started playing again at the beginning of this month, I'd look at my saved my save length, and it was something like 22 hours, which is decent. There's nothing wrong with 22 hours for a game in any kind of respect. I've put another 40 hours in the last month or so, and I'm only, say, 6 levels higher than I actually was. It's ridiculously big, ridiculously good. It quenches every single thirst, and it puts a lot of other games to shame. Like, there's a lot of games that are coming out, and they think, that's not as good as Witcher 3. I've seen a lot of coverage from E3, and a lot of journalists have gone, it's good, it's not as good as Witcher 3.
Yeah, I just to give you a point of reference, I've finished it, the standard game.
What level did you finish it on? What actual kind of like level in game level? Because one of the things that has been really bugging me the most is that I'm at a point, and I was like level 22. I was thinking, okay, 22, not bad. I couldn't progress. And I was thinking, surely I'm at the end of the game. Surely I'm towards the end of the storyline. But the DLC or the expansions won't let you in until you're level 32. What the fuck?
I don't know. I'm trying to. I can't remember what level I'm at. It is a slow leveler, but just to give you a sort of point of reference, I didn't do anywhere near all the side quests. I kind of picked and chose because I knew I wouldn't do it. So I reckon I did probably half the side quests and obviously all the main story missions. And my save was about 80 hours, which for me is a huge amount of time. And I skipped some of the side quest stuff. So if you've been doing loads of side quests, you've probably been leveling a lot slower because you get a lot of XP from the story stuff.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with side quests. I just want to hit a whole in story.
They're
But
really
yeah,
good.
it is really good. It's really insightful. It brings a lot of flavour and juice to what the game you're playing. But yeah, I've been playing a lot, and I will continue to play that a lot. The third game I've been playing, as AD mentioned earlier on, I started playing the Tomb Raider game, the Rise of the Tomb Raider, and I'm about 20 to 30 hours into that as well. So I found some time for that. That's quite a good game. That's a good step from what Jace was saying about the first game about quick time events. I think they've learned their lessons in the next one, Jace. I think if you want to give that a go, if it ever learns its lesson, I think the only quick time events that I've seen so far in that particular game is jumping for a cliff edge, not quite reaching it, and pressing the X button in time. There's no boss battles where I felt that I was X, Y, Z. Sometimes you've got the kind of like you're being attacked by a tiger, and if you can't get away quick enough, you've got to press Y within a button or two.
You don't mind if it's not all the time, though, do you? That's the thing.
No,
If
exactly.
they're interspersed within other gameplay elements, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they've taken on a lot of the feedback they must have got, and it's nowhere near as frequent, and therefore makes the game flows a lot more and a lot more enjoyable. It's a really good game. I want to finish it. I love those kind of single player games that take me on a really good story. So I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, very conscious of time. I do know that we've been rambling. So we're going to go into the community feedback section very quickly. And by very quickly, I mean we're going to get there quickly, but we're going to take our time and listen to the people that listen to us. Jace, what have people been saying?
We got questions by the bucket load this week, boys, so we need to get on it. Right. Lots of questions. We put the call out to the Facebooks and the Twitters, and people have come back and given us lovely questions. So let's fire into them in no particular order. Bean Edge has said, do you have any games on the pile you're looking forward to or dreading? Let me have a look at my pile. I am dreading playing more of Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes because the first opening cutscene was about half an hour long and I cannot be fucking arsed sitting for any more cutscenes. Matt, what are you saying?
I have one that I know will annoy one of our listeners, and he'll send me death threats probably after listening to the show. I'm dreading Fallout 4.
Don't do it.
I'm dreading it.
Oh, you are fucked.
Sorry, Trev.
No, Trev is going to hang you up by your feet and strip your skin from your
I know I'm
fucking
gonna
not in a good way.
flayed body.
One night there's going to be a tap, tap, tap at the front door. I'm going to go down all bleary-eyed in the middle of the night, and there's just going to be Trev. in a mask.
No, he wouldn't do a mask because he wants you to see the fear and the fucking dread in his eyes when he's coming at you. He'll be wearing one of those Lecter suits from the TV series where it's like a complete plastic suit, not to get any forensic evidence everywhere. And he's going to come at you and he's going to fuck you. His name is Trevor. Remember it forever.
Yes, so, sorry, Trev, but yes, Fallout 4 is my dread.
Aidy, what you got dreading or liking?
I think I'm kind of actually dreading The Witcher 3 because I know it's going to be so good. It's absolutely going to consume me for about 2 or 3 months. And I won't
Have you
get
played any of it yet?
anything else done? No, I've not even turned it on. I know, and that's the reason because I know it's going to just take over my entire life.
It's a ridiculous.
And there's some more on my list, but these are like the I've picked them up, but they've been like $3.99 in a sale. But things like The Escapists and LA Cops and Zombie and things like that they sit looking at me, and I know I've got kind of have a go at them, but I don't really want to. And I think that's where I'm kind of my mind's heading on this challenge is to only really play the stuff I want to play rather than the shit I feel like I have to.
Yeah, why not?
I think for me, the game that I dread the most, looking at my pile, is quite simply it is the Phantom Pain, because I know that if I get sucked into that, that's going to be 100 hours plus of mindless doing the same kind of being OCD about what I'm doing. So I'm quite scared that could suck a lot of life out of me.
Yeah, I've got that as well, and I feel the same.
Cool. Nice answers, boys. Right, moving on then. Kev Atkinson. He's a cheeky cunt. He says, will we hear this show before August? Well,
Probably not, Kev.
Yes.
Yeah. Depends how busy Jace is.
If any of these lot want to step up and do some fucking editing, they can carry on. No, I'm not working away at the moment. I'm working at home, so it's all very good. I will get it out soon. Obviously, the longer this goes on, the more it takes me to edit. So let's crack on.
Hurry up. No, the thing is Jace doesn't really trust us with editing either. Come on now, Jace. Come on, be honest.
I barely trust you to speak into a fucking mic, some of you.
Exactly. Exactly, sir. Come on, let's move on. Cy Stevens,
Okay.
what did he say?
Cy Stevens is saying, is it a proper sausage sandwich if the sausages aren't sliced down the middle?
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Of course
No.
it is.
It's far better.
I understand that you cut the sausages down there to keep them on the bread while you sort out the other half so they don't roll off onto the floor. But if you cut them in half, you can only really have 2, maybe 2.5, 3 sausages on a slice. If you go in full bore, you want fucking 5 sausages across that bad boy. Don't
You
fuck
have a
out.
5 sausage sandwich.
If I'm going to go sausage sandwich, I'm going to go it fucking properly. I'm going to have 5 sausages along the fucking slice of the bread, butter on the bottom, brown sauce on the top. Boom. See you later.
Fucking hell.
Arteries, see you later. For me, but my general kind of sausage etiquette is at work. We're allowed to get we get like cobs or bread cakes or bombs, whatever we are from in the country.
Big buns.
Buns. If you're southern, they're called buns. And I put the whole sausage, 2 whole sausages on in a V shape, and I shove a hash brown wedge in the middle of the V. Yeah, texture, boys, feel it. That's the fucking best sausage sandwich you're ever gonna get in your entire life. Richard Fonda, what did he say?
Richard Fonda? James
AD,
brother.
tell us about sausages quickly.
For me, you just got to put the whole sausage in your mouth, and that's
That's another story for another time. Right.
Swallow!
So that's
Hello!
my preference.
This one is particularly aimed at certain members of the team. Richard Ford says, would an accidental purchase as a result of excessive sherbet consumption be against the rules? We have discussed this briefly in the chat before. Yes, if you do get a little bit too pissed and order a game and use that as your excuse, you are going to open yourself up to a whole world of mockery and potentially pain.
Yeah, no, this is basically aimed at me, isn't it? Because I do get the most drunk out of most of us while I'm playing video games. If I ever
And while
bought a
you're
video
doing
game,
the hosting of a podcast.
and general being part of a podcast as well, Matt. Come on now.
Yes.
And no, if I bought a video game whilst drunk and didn't think, for some reason completely forgot where I was and did it all, then yeah, obviously that would be completely against the rules, and I would expect to have the forfeits that come along with it. I'd expect the ridicule, but I expect to redeem myself from forfeits, giving away a free game to a listener, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, just to bring myself back into the fold. But luck would have it, every single time I've lost the sherbet plot over the last couple of weekends and what have you, I've managed to rein in the urges to buy those games. So we're all good in the hood.
Okay, there we go. That's that one answered then. Ollie has said, should he offer a gifting service? He did this big diatribe on the Facebook where he was saying if we give him €100 at a time, he'll put £50 into our Xbox Xbox accounts because taxes for the changeover from German money, something. Silly cunt is what I'm saying to this.
I'm taking exception to Ollie because Ollie was the one who gave Neil the most grief about the Division being the gift, and now he's offering to help us circumnavigate our challenge that we're trying to be so strong in. Shame on you, Ollie. Shame.
It's only because he doesn't want us to leave Europe.
Yeah.
That's his little vote remain thing.
Don't
Yeah.
start bringing politics into this podcast. Right. Okay, so Ollie, no is the answer, and don't you dare think of any more ideas, because people like Ben, I know we're getting interested in this, so don't give Backdoor Ben a chance.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think that's the rule for everything. Don't let him sneak himself in, because once Backdoor Ben gets in there, the gap of the back door widens. Yeah.
So, Darren Baldock, Professor, said, "What was the last bet you all lost?" I can't think of a last bet that I lost. It was probably one on horses or something. Is this aimed at any in particular, Matthew?
Yes.
have you lost a bet, Matt?
Yes, with Darren.
Have
I
you
had a
lost?
bet- I
Have you
had
lost a vaping bet?
I had a bet with Darren that, with many witnesses, that I would not buy any vaping gear until after MLGX. And then I've had a pretty shit couple of weeks, and I've needed some shiny stuff. So I sent Darren a message and said, I've lost the bet, and I bought, for the benefit of you guys, I bought this handmade in England, very expensive piece of vaping gear, and lost the bet yesterday. And that is
Right.
why that cheeky cunt is asking that question.
Yeah, the thing is, this has got nothing to do with Year of Shame. He's just doing this to wind your face into it. What a bastard.
I know, he is, but I felt bad about it, and I was like, oh, fucking hell. So I said, look, I'm going to lose the bet today, mate. I'm sorry. And he was like, life's too short, fella. Go for it. But I still got to pay him a breakfast every morning at MLGX.
Yeah, it cost you £8. What did you spend on that equipment?
80.
So you're 10 times better off buying that equipment than the fucking £10 you cost you for fucking 4 breakfasts or whatever.
If you
Come
want to
on
look
now.
at it that way, yes.
I just want to make sure that Darren takes you somewhere that actually costs a lot more for breakfast rather than going to the fucking Dragon.
It'd be the fucking Ritz or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
If you have them up north, I don't know.
If you have them up north, you cheeky fuck. Me and you
Right
got have words, Matthew.
That's that one cleared up then. Right. Matt Moore says, is it possible to be as upbeat as the last show? I think we've been pretty upbeat so far, haven't we?
Yeah, I reckon.
We've been
Apart from the little
loads.
bit of crying.
We've been loads better than the last show, even though I can't remember it. But even the show before that I can remember, 10 times as upbeat.
Well, I think the answer will come from yourself, Matt. Let us know if we have been as upbeat and if our positivity is coming across to you, the listeners. I've got 2 more questions. I have this one that's just come in on the Facebook, just sneaking in under the radar. And it says, from Craig Duraz, probably too late now, blah, blah, blah. It says, how do you muster the enthusiasm to dive into the old pile of shame games? He always seems to find something else to do. I obviously don't find the enthusiasm, but people who do, AD?
I think with most of them, I've bought them because I really wanted to play them, but it's been time and real life that stopped me. And I guess you've just got to look back and remember all the praise and all the fun that friends have had playing those games, and then just get stuck in. Some are difficult, some are really easy. So, for example, the Rise of the Tomb Raider, did get Game of the Year awards last year. So it was only a year ago. Not even that. Only 6 months ago, really, it came out. So things like that. It's not really too much of an issue to get stuck into them.
One of the sections of this challenge is to get enthusiastic about games you've already bought, they're already on your shelf, and you've already forgot about them. Because what makes people excited is about playing that new game that comes out, and it is very, very difficult. And for me particularly, is one of the bits that I have to kind of give my head a shake and wake myself up every month on. So for me in particular, it's very difficult.
I think I'm actually starting to come to terms with not getting sucked into that new shiny-itis when it comes to gaming anyway. After E3, there was really only 1 or 2 that I was really juiced about. And this time last year, it probably would have been 10. And there's been better games this year. I just think I'm learning to be more realistic about what you can and can't play and what you need in your life, and that's how it. For me, I can see the challenge is doing what Jace kind of said it would for him, where he doesn't give a fuck as much anymore, and he's happier for it. So that's kind of how I stay upbeat. I see the challenge working and doing what I thought it might do. So
Excellent. What about you, Jace?
Yeah, I don't really. I don't know. I don't know really. I'm hoping to find out how to get infused into playing games.
This is a lesson for all of us.
I'm literally going to go down my list. I'm going to try every game that's on there again and see which one hooks me in. That's the only way I'm going to do it, I think. I'm hoping it's going to be Fallout 4, but we'll see. Anyway,
Okay.
thanks for that question, Craig. Right, now, we've got one last question from Backdoor Ben. It's for a change. It's not another backdoor for him, although it might
sort of.
Yeah,
Kind of.
kind of is.
But Ben has said, for some fuck knows reason, I don't know what he's been smoking, if you could clone yourself, would you give yourself a 69? Now, before everybody else dives in, let me say, Ben, you are a weird cunt. My easy answer is no, I would not, because there's far better people to 69 in this world than me. I don't fancy myself that much. I know Matt probably does.
Fancy you? No,
No,
not my type,
yourself,
mate.
you fucking arsehole.
I don't know.
Or would you do yourself in a different position? Is 69 not your position? Would you give yourself a bit of reverse cowgirl instead?
I'm wondering if, if I got lonely, if I'd bum myself. Because sometimes then he holds a goal. So I don't think
That's
I'd
quite
suck-
literally an own goal, though.
It is an own goal, but I don't think I'd suck my own dick though, or my clone's dick.
This
I
is
don't know.
like-
I'll leave that one open until I do eventually clone myself, and then I'll let you know.
I think
Well,
we're-
it's not a no.
I
This
think
is
we're
an
all
age-
missing. I think we're all just missing the bigger point here. If you've got a clone of yourself, surely your clone would be the one that goes out and works and earns the money and sorts the kids out and that kind of stuff. To leave you time to play your games.
Probably. More than
Yeah.
probably. See, the thing is, what you'd remember is, if it's a clone of you, it looks like you, but it's not you. So having sex with something that looks like you isn't having sex with you. So would you have sex with yourself is basically what the question is. And
Someone has to.
the thing is, yeah, somebody has to, and you wouldn't feel it because it's not you, so you're not having sex with yourself. So would
But
you
it-
have sex?
Surely
With
the bigger point
yourself?
we're missing here is that it is a man, whether it's you or not.
Yeah.
And if that's not your preference, you're probably going outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, regardless whether it looks like me or not, I don't think I'd suck another guy off because I'm not that way inclined.
I just think there's far better things to do with a clone of yourself. It means that if somebody of an equal skill set on the leaderboards to chase, we could make it a right little fucking battle. But the couch co-op would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Because you'd both be on the same wavelength.
So would you make his couch co-op? Would you make his name Jace 2? Jace Stokes 2
Joyce Stokes.
or Stokes Jace? Just to separate it.
Possibly.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just making conversation here.
Yeah, a bit deep that one for me. So yes, some of us would, some of us are on the fence.
I think it all depends on how homosexual you are, which is completely fine, and whether 69 is what you want to do with a guy or not. But also, it's yourself. You look yourself in the eye, and then when they look at you and you look at them, and it's all like that's what tears the universe apart. Surely, quantum leap, people, quantum leap. Come on,
Oh boy.
Let's move on.
Right then, I think that's the end of the question section. Thank you to everybody who sent the questions in. We do appreciate them. It gives us great content. And if any of our answers appear to be bullshit or anything, feel free to call us out and get some more questions ready for next month.
Please. Okay, so that leads us on to domestics for this particular episode. So, if you've got any questions, queries, any comments you'd like to make, if you want to get in touch, let us know how the episode has been. Let us know how the entire series has been. If you want to be an advocate, you want to let us know how you're doing in particular, you can always get in touch with us with our email address, which is yoschallenge4@gmail.com. That's a good way to give us a lengthy story. You can also do kind of send us a bit of an audio clip. I know that the bane of Matt's life, basically Spink's Terminator that's waiting for him to fuck up, which is Trevor. He's waiting for him to, he's going to contact us by that way. He's going to fuck Spink up. You can also get us by the Twitter account, which is YOS Challenge 4. That is a good way to kind of get hold of all of us. That's a good way to kind of chuck your comments into the hat. Also, what you can do for us is you can go onto the Facebook page, which is, if you do a bit of a search, you'll find us under YOS Challenge 4. That's where the main chatter goes on. That's where the main debates, where people come up with particular slants on what we can and what we can't do. And I think you'll enjoy the kind of banter that's on there. Also, what actually gives me a massive boner, if you want to see that kind of thing happen, is actually go to the iTunes, give us a review. Because we did, at the very beginning of this podcast, we did very well. We got on the kind of new and new coming, and it was something that pleased us all. And I think what we need is a couple more of those. I think a couple more people need to do a bit more of a solid and help us out there. Okay, so that's it. That's the domestics pretty much. Once you've done those reviews, once you've gone to those Twitter's accounts, once you've gone and actually emailed us and give us all your bollocks that you want to talk about, if you want to follow us as people, why on earth would you want to? But fuck it, some people do. You can get Jace on Jay Stokes, at Jay Stokes on Twitter. You can get Spink on at Egg Daddy on Twitter. You can get AD on ADMG, which is GEE at Twitter, and you can get me at Baron Von Pleb. Fucking hell, that was one big breath. Okay, so that's the domestics all done and dusted. Anybody else got anything to say? Any other business, people?
Jace,
Yes.
Rocket League.
Oh, fuck off.
Come on, tell us about it.
Yeah, this should have gone in the feelings bit, actually. It's another thing that happened this month. Those fucking cunts went and put Rocket League on free for a weekend. So that was from the Thursday night to the Sunday night. In fact, it was to the Monday morning. They put Rocket League on for free. Everyone knows I was avoiding Rocket League because I knew it would be the most fantastic thing ever. And I played the absolute arse out of that game for the entire weekend, and it was fucking wonderful. How the hell I didn't press the button to buy that game, I will never know. And I think I need fucking commendation and a round of applause for not buying that fucking game. That's why I think they might put it on Games with Gold, because they've sent it free for a weekend. So
You're in fucking living in hope, mate. They're going to make so much money out of that. There's no way it's going to happen.
Oh well.
Oh,
Never
man.
mind.
I wish they
Keep
would,
killing yourself, mate.
just to keep you happy. Okay,
Fuck 'em all.
so that is the show. That is it, people. So we're so glad that you've listened. Go back and listen to some previous episodes, because we'll give some context about what the shit we're talking about. It'll also make you understand why we give Jay, Spink and AD and myself so much shit between us. We appreciate your time, we appreciate your listenership, and we'll see you next time on July's episode of the Year of Shame Challenge Year 4. Thank you very much.
Drop the mic.
The Year of Shame Challenge.
Lots of different European hellos and welcomes to the Year of Shame Challenge and the Year of 4 June podcast. How are we?
The year of
The
4!
Oh, I told you I'd fuck it up.
It was
I
so
liked
good.
it though.
So the year of
I
4.
liked it.
The year of 4.
My name's Neil Jarrett. I am your host this evening. My Twitter handle is Hangle.
Why are you talking about your Twitter handle now?
Wait on, because shush now. I've got a thoughts of. I've got some things. You've cheered up a bit.
Yeah. Yes, I have.
That's what a Twitter handle can do.
But you know what? What would really do us a good massive turn of a favour is if you can give us some Facebook and also some iTunes reviews. We always need these kind of stuff. But also, what are you laughing at, Jace?
I'm laughing at his Facebook reviews of the show.